Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You might have noticed if you take a cold shower, you might have noticed that you are coughing up mucus, aka phlegm, right? So you go like, and the same thing happens when you do the Wim Hof breathing method, which is basically imitating the way we breathe inside a cold shower or inside a cold lake, cold dip. And that's just simply, I mean, you don't need to learn that breathing technique. Like, it's just simply what happens, the way your body responds to bring in more oxygen into the system, to be able to handle the stressor that is the cold, in order to warm itself and protect the internal organs, okay? So the same thing happens if you do the Wim Hof breathing. And it's not only me that I've seen happen to me. I just took a cold shower and I coughed up some mucus, some phlegm. Not only does this happen to me, I've seen this happen to my brother, to my friends when they took cold showers, when they did the Wim Hof breathing method. And the question is, why does that happen? Well, the cold exposure in the form of water, particularly, right, particularly in the form of water, is a positive stressor if done in small increments of time, anywhere between a few minutes all the way up to 10-15 minutes. It is excellent for moving the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is like it's like the sewage, yeah? It contains all the unwanted byproducts, aka toxins. And sometimes it gets stagnant. And when it gets stagnant, the body has to do things like give itself like a flu, right? The flu is a desperate attempt by the body to get rid of toxins that it couldn't otherwise get rid of in normal life. Like it either didn't get enough sleep to get rid of them. The person doesn't exercise enough. The person eats way too much toxic foods. And so the flu is the desperate attempt of the body saying, okay, you idiot, you don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna have to sit your ass down and just really like give you a big headache and fever. Fever is just the sweating out of the toxins, right? And I'm gonna have to give you runny nose, which is again mucus containing toxins. Okay, so whenever the body finds itself stuck, whenever that sewage system, the lymphatic system is stuck, it will do something like give you a cold, give you a flu, or an infection, you know, like an ear infection, or a sinus infection, or something, okay? So, what happens when we expose ourselves in small increments of time to cold water? Whether it's an ice bath, whether it's a cold shower, whether it's a cold dip, whether it's going in a cold lake, they're all gonna do the same thing, okay? They're all gonna do, just don't worry too much which one you're doing of those. Me personally, sometimes I'll take a cold shower at home, sometimes I'll go take a cold dip in the river. So, yeah, it basically moves the lymphatic system, so you automatically and right on the spot when you take a cold shower, you begin to cough up that mucus because your lymphatic system, if it's stagnant, it begins to move. Now look, if your body's totally clean, and you don't really produce mucus anymore, my body isn't, you're not gonna cough up mucus. There's no reason for it, okay? There's just simply no reason for it. And I know when I go on periods of fasting and just really keeping my body clean, after some time I no longer cough up any mucus after my cold shower, like zero, none, nothing, okay? So I'm not saying you must cough up the mucus, but this is a good thing. Most cold shower practitioners, cold therapy practitioners will tell you that they never get a cold or they never get a fever. They never get sick. And let me tell you something. The cold shower, the cold therapy practitioners come from all walks of life. They eat all kinds of food. They do all kinds of things, all kinds of different habits. but they all seem to share this common report. They all commonly report, not saying everybody who does, but most of them, I would say the vast majority of the cold therapy practitioners, regardless of what they're eating, they also tend to be people who are more conscious of their health. But some of them will eat meat and dairy, some of them will eat vegan, some of them are, raw vegans, etc., etc. But they commonly report that they don't get sick, they don't get a fever, they don't get a cold. They asked Wim Hof, they said, do you ever get a cold? He's like, I don't remember the last time it happened because I go to the cold so the cold doesn't come to me. You see, and there's a lot of truth to that. And yeah, that's because if you're regularly taking cold showers, cold baths, cold dips, your lymphatic system is getting this positive stressor, positive shock, and it's always moving. It's always moving. It's never stagnant. I'm not saying that just because you're a cold therapy practitioner, it means you're never gonna get sick again. You're gonna live 200, 300 years. But your lymphatic system is more used to being in movement because the cold is quite a stressor on the body. The body has to do what it has to do to be able to keep itself warm, and it's extremely intelligent. And in the process of that, this is a positive stressor done in small increments of time. Done too much, it's too much of a good thing. Through every day having to deal with this pretty strong stressor, like it's a strong stressor to suddenly go into cold, like just cold water. In the process, the lymphatic system has to keep moving and the body has to be more efficient at oxygenating itself. And in the process, the lymphatic system stays in motion. It's beautiful. It's true. If you're doing cold showers every day, your chances of getting a fever or a cold or getting severely sick are highly minimized. Not saying it's never gonna happen, but I'm saying they are minimized. If you're eating McDonald's every day, you're probably gonna get sick at some point. Just not as often as someone who eats McDonald's every day but doesn't take cold showers. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a very good thing. If you're coughing up mucus after, very good. Very good. You probably notice after a week, 2, 3 weeks in a row of taking cold showers, you notice you're breathing better. Yeah, you're breathing deeper, but you're also breathing better. There are less obstructions in your sinus area, less obstructions in your breathing. It's really incredible. It's really incredible. If you're not taking cold showers, I highly suggest you make them a daily habit of yours and don't complicate it too much. Just take them whenever is best for you during the day, okay? There are so many other benefits other than health benefits as far as your willpower, as far as training your mind to do the uncomfortable. Me personally, I've had a period in my life where I took cold showers non-stop religiously for 3 to 4 years. Then I traveled to Thailand. You cannot get cold water in Thailand, don't even try. So I had to stop for 8 months. I went to Georgia, started taking them again, and then I stopped taking them. Then I came here to Ecuador and I started going to the river to take them. Then I stopped taking them. So when I was in Canada, I was taking them religiously non-stop. But then as I traveled, it just depended where I was and it depended on my laziness, and you lose the momentum. And now I'm in the positive momentum again. And every time I get back in the positive momentum, I tell myself, why the fuck did you stop? I mean, in Thailand, I understand you really can't get any cold water in Thailand, so it is what it is. But here I have a river that's cold, at nighttime here it gets chilly, so we do have cold water. And I started taking them again. I'm like, why did you stop? Like, you idiot, you lazy idiot. So yeah, don't be lazy. If you have access to cold water, bless that water and thank it. Trust me, because I was on a positive momentum. When I went to Thailand, I was like, man, because that was when I was on 3-4 years in a row of just taking cold showers, right? And I guess after I stopped for 8 months in Thailand, I just kind of lost the momentum, and I forgot just how good cold therapy is for health and for mental toughness and for willpower. Yeah, if you take, that's the first thing I do now when I wake up. Before I even hydrate, before I do anything, I take a cold shower. It's more so a training for my mind, for my mental health, for my willpower. My willpower. Yeah? If you wake up and you're cold, and the first thing you say, I'm taking a cold shower, and you jump in, trust me, your will is going to get super strong. So, what are you waiting for? Go and take a cold shower right now and take it every day. Make it a daily habit, guys. Okay? All right, that's about it. If you would like to support this channel via financial means, I highly appreciate that. I have a link down below in the description for donations. I also do one-on-one consultations if you're interested to book a call. Down below, links in the description. Mwah! I'll see you guys in the next video.